Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Lehi Football on the Rewind Sports Network. It's the home opener for the Pioneers as they welcome in the Desert Hills Thunder for a Week 4 non-region matchup. Good evening, football fans. Well, happy Friday to you all as you see the Pioneers making their way out onto the field for their home opener tonight. Matt Combe alongside Tucker Bass, and we'll just get started, Tucker. The Lehi Pioneers get back in the win column last week on the road in Idaho against Kuna. Another shutout, their second of the season in 3 games, and Lehi trying to get some more momentum before region play opens up here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Matt, and we obviously had the chance to go down onto the field and speak with Coach Andy Hadfield before the game. We asked him kind of how he's viewing his team's performance so far this season. And out of 1 to 10, he said a 4. Basically, just said that he's really missing a lot of play together. He wants that team to go out on the field and really communicate to each other on the field so that they make the right play, right? Obviously, dominate the line of scrimmage in a matchup like this, and ultimately, come out with a decisive victory.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Desert Hills makes the trip up to Utah. 10-8 all-time are the Thunder against Utah County teams, looking to get their 11th win tonight, and it will be a high task here for loss at home against Centennial, one of the top teams in Nevada a week ago, but looking to turn the tide against the Pioneers here tonight.
Yeah, they've obviously had their ups and downs so far early on this season, having a pretty decisive loss to Harriman early on. But, their offense had some bright moments even early on in that game. Their offensive line got some good push. They were able to get, some good plays, a couple first downs on their first possession. Their running back looked pretty good as well. So I think they have a lot of things they can lean on to start this game. Coach, obviously, all he said to us was he's got a young team, a lot of juniors and sophomores. So he really didn't have much else to add for us. But, they have a lot of opportunities to, showcase what these young talent can actually do here for this Desert Hills Thunder football team.
So the Lehi Pioneers won the toss. They're in the black uniforms in their home opener tonight. They move right to left here in our first quarter. Desert Hills is in the white uniforms. They'll move left to right and get the ball first to kick things off here on Week 4 of the high school football season. Can't believe we're almost to the halfway point here, Tucker.
Yeah, season's going by quickly already.
Both these teams approaching region play. Lehi will cross that bridge in 2 weeks. This is the final non-region game for Desert Hills tonight. Cody Hammond is going to kick this one off for the Pioneers. Coy Duckett and Charleston Brazel back to return for the Thunder. It's Week 4 of the high school football season. Glad you could spend it with us here on KSL Sports Rewind as we are underway with the Hammond kick going into the end zone for the touchback, as we'll see the Thunder on offense, led by the senior quarterback Max Brownstein. Not the best game last week against Centennial, but looking to turn the tide here for Desert Hills tonight.
Yeah, really, all Brownstein's got to do here is not telegraph what he's going to do coming out of the huddle, right? A lot of the times he's staring down his first receiver, and the defensive backs are able to kind of pick up on that pretty early, and they've been able to kind of, deflect some of those passes. So we'll see if he can come out here and make a change here.
It's actually Gavin Young that's at under center right now to start. He finished the game against Centennial a week ago as he keeps it on the read option. It's got 5 yards and more as he's out past the 25.
Yeah, great misdirection there. They were able to get a guard pulled as well and kind of open up that left side of the field. Great run by Young, and we'll see if they're going to keep him in the ball game.
7-yard carry for Young on first down. Murphy Madsen on the tackle for the Lehi Pioneers. We'll bring up 2nd and 3 here for the Thunder, under the direction of head coach Solomon Tapasa, his 3rd season.
Man of few words.
Man of few words as we talk to him for the game tonight.
So Gavin Young's usually a wide receiver. I wonder what they, kind of decided to do in practice. Again, maybe the youth of this team is kind of giving him the option to see if there's somebody else that can do more for him.
Delayed snap there. That will be a false start on the Thunder.
Yeah, pretty much the whole team there. The only person that was late was the center, number 56. Just early mistakes.
Interesting stat line for Young as we'll get the call here.
Number 7 on your offense. 5-yard penalty.
Now back it up to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, it's Olin Clausen that they got, but a lot of other people moved as well. So they just had to put it on one guy,
As you mentioned, Young playing wide receiver most of the season for Desert Hills. Had a catch for 25 yards last week and 5 carries on the ground as well before he took over the quarterback duties in the 4th quarter. I'll tell you his stat line here in just a moment. 2nd and 9 upcoming here for the Thunder. High snap, Young able to corral it, throws it over the far side. It's collected over there by Brock Stuckey, and he's met by a host of Pioneers. Picks up about 8 on that one, will bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, it looks like they've also got a guy down that's a little bit shaken up on the play there for Lehi, number 8, Max Jenkins. He's kind of holding that right arm, but a good job holding him short of that first down there. 3rd and 1, so 3rd and short here. You're probably going to see them hand the ball off to Andresen here. He's their bell cow, their best running back. So we'll see what they do here, Matt.
One of the top returners offensively for Desert Hills this season. He's in the backfield with Young. Spread it out with 3 wideouts here for 3rd and short. Young will hand it off to Andresen, and Andresen pushes the pile towards the 30. We'll see where the spot is here.
I think they're going to give him enough for the first down as they got it right on the 30. Yep, they're going to bring the chains. Good push there by the offensive line. Again, I mentioned in the pregame, they do a really good job their first few drives of the game, so we'll see if they can keep that consistency up throughout this whole ball game.
So just enough to move the chains. We'll bring up 1st and 10 here for the Thunder. Desert Hills 2-5 all time against current 6A opponents. Both those wins coming against Cedar Valley. Looking to return the favor after losing to Lehi down in St. George last year. 1st and 10. Young calls his own number on 1st down. Escapes out to the far side and picks up maybe 2 on that keeper.
Yeah, good job there. They had a host of blockers in front of Young there. I think they did a fairly good job. Only a couple yard gain, but really just staying ahead of the chains is going to help this quarterback in his first game when he has to actually throw the ball downfield.
This will be the first career start at quarterback for Gavin Young. As Tucker mentioned, the senior wide receiver leads the team in both receptions and receiving yards on the season as well. Now taking over the quarterback duties. Threw for a touchdown in that game against Centennial as well last week. Trips to the near side for 2nd and 8. We'll send Andresen out to the right as well, and flags will fly.
That's going to be on the right guard there, number 79, Tofu. Just got a little bit excited there. I think he was going to be pulling on that play, maybe a screen pass to the near side, and just got a little bit ahead of himself.
False start. Number 79 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So loss of 5. Backs it up to the 27-yard line.
And now leaves them with 2nd and 13 at the 27.
So now Desert Hills behind the sticks for the first time tonight. Andresen with Young in the backfield. Pioneers show pressure at the line. They rush 5. Young rolls to his left. Now back over to the far side and will send it up in the air, and an adjustment and incomplete intended for Stuckey.
Great coverage downfield there by Max Jenkins. They could have said that maybe would have been face guarding, but he was able to kind of turn at the last second, get in front of that pass. Good job by Young to be able to evade a little bit, buy himself some time, and actually be able to look downfield. Obviously a better angle for him since he is left-handed to roll out to the left side.
So 3rd and 13 here for the Thunder. First drive of the night, 9:14 to play in our opening quarter. They'll send 4 wideouts this time. Lehi with 4 at the line. Young in the pocket, sets up the screen pass, and out to the 35. That's Tawa Afa, I believe, on the carry. It's a pickup of about 7, but well short of the first down.
Yeah, Brody Downs did a good job of actually changing angles there, getting downfield, able to stop that. A good gain for Desert Hills, a good play as well, nice drawn up play, but really what hurt him there was, that 5-yard penalty.
That was Stuckey on the reception for Desert Hills, and they'll be punting this one away. Legend Glasgow back at his own 29. As Porter will kick this one away. High kick gets into the wind. It's only going to make it to midfield. Takes a Lehi bounce near the 45 and will settle near the 42-yard line, make it the 44-yard line, excuse me, as we'll see the Lehi Pioneers out for the first time on offense, led by the junior quarterback, I should say, Cash Hollingshead, will command this Lehi offense under the direction of Andy Hatfield in his first season at Lehi. And they'll bring this potent Lehi offense out on the field for the first time tonight. Yeah, you mentioned Hollingshed. He's done a decent job so far this season. 5 touchdowns that he's thrown for, 338 yards. Expect him to continue that tonight. We'll see what they do here on first down. Obviously, Ika is going to be their bell cow tonight. I expect him to get the ball a lot. On the flat to Cameron Wren, who's got blockers on the far side. He's out past the first down and more. Breaks out of a tackle. First play is a touchdown for Lehi. Just who wants it more, right, on that play? A good job. He got there on the sideline. If he just would have hit him a little bit harder, maybe would have got him out of bounds. But really, Cameron Wren, fantastic ability, quick speed, took a really quick cut up that right sideline and able to take it to the house. Touchdown. One play, one score for the Lehi offense. As that's Cameron Wren with the touchdown, his second on the year. I think a nice job by Hollingshed to be able to get that out there quickly so that he could, beat the defender to the sideline, cut it upfield, and, see nothing but pay dirt. Bodie Hammond on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:14 to play here in our opening quarter. One play for the Lehi offense. It's 7-0 here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 7-0 here at Lehi High School, the home opener for the Pioneers. Matt Coma, Tucker Bass with you tonight. Glad you guys could kick off your weekend with us, as Hammond's got this teed up and ready to go. Nothing like playing under the lights on a Friday night. Lights haven't turned on yet, but we'll get them soon. That'll be another touchback because the wind at his back at the current moment. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Desert Hills Thunder. Tonight's game brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics. Advanced Orthopedics are the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehi Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics has been bringing collegiate-level care to the community for over 10 years. They focus on both surgical and non-operative treatments for patients and athletes of all ages and skill levels. Go to advancedutah.com to learn what they can do to help you feel better. 8:14 to go here in the opening quarter. Took all of 7 seconds for the Lehi Pioneers to score as Andresen gets the carry on first down. Once again, good carry for Andresen out to the 25-yard line. See, and I think sometimes maybe Desert Hills is trying to get a little bit too cute. Now they got more of an athlete back there at quarterback with Young. He was their leading receiver in receptions coming into this game. I think what they're going to try to do is, get to the edges. But where they really have done well to start off games is, right up the middle, A-B gap, give it to Andresen, and, let your big guys up front get a push and open up a hole. Young with the play call from the sideline here. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Thunder. Second drive tonight. Made it out to about the 35 on the first drive. Looking to get it further down the field here on drive number 2 as we get a timeout and flags at the same time. They'll give the timeout to the Thunder. So timeout on the field. We'll take the timeout here as well with 7:25 to play here in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back. Tonight's game brought to you by Aloha Orthodontics. Lehi fans, show off your winning smile with Aloha Orthodontics. Braces, Invisalign, and a whole lot of fun right here in Lehi. That's Aloha Orthodontics, where every smile is a touchdown. Out of the timeout, 2nd and 5 here for the Thunder. Lehi with 5 of the line here is Young. Will hand this, fake the handoff to Andresen. Looks the far side and out of the hands of Stuckey. Almost intercepted as well, and it brings up 3rd down. Yeah, he had his guy, right? He just needs to get that ball down a little bit, start the game. Maybe he has a little bit of, a little bit of juice on that ball. It's just selling on him a bit. Obviously, could have been an interception, but they got another opportunity here with third and medium. 3rd and 5 upcoming for Desert Hills. 7:20 to play in the first quarter. Once again, showing a 4 wide out look here for the Thunder. Now 6 at the line for Lehi. Back out of it and rush 4. Young, pocket collapsing, and down goes Young. That's Briggs Love with the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, obviously they got penetration up the middle. Not much that Desert Hills can really do with the size and physicality of this defensive line from Lehi. You know, great job getting into the backfield. You know, makes it a really long 4th down, and this punter's had some troubles all year, so we'll see if he can get it downfield a little bit. Getting it to the 50-yard line for him right now would be key.
Hayden Porter back to kick at his own 2, kicking into the wind. Made it out to midfield on this last one. Glasker's waiting right there for it. High step, Porter able to corral it. Better kick this time. As a low drive goes out of bounds near the 42. Had the better angle on it, but a little too far to the left. It'll be good field position here for Lehi.
Yeah, plus territory. Not what you want to do with a team that's maybe a little bit bigger and faster than you. You know, let them get ahead of the game.
So Lehi will take over officially at the 45-yard line of Desert Hills.
See if they come out and hand it off to Ika here. I know they threw it out to the edge and scored on their first play, so we haven't been able to see much of them, but they're going to do well tonight.
Devon Eka, one of the stars of this Lehi offense. 10 offers so far to go play Division I football for him. Hasn't committed just yet. Saw some of the BYU coaching staff today too, looking at Eka. As they will hand it off to Eka on 1st down, gets through the pile and out past the 35, picks up 12.
That's the exact explosive speed that I was expecting. The moment he gets the ball, he hits that hole, has good vision, able to run over a few guys as well and pick up a few extra yards.
We talked with Coach Hatfield before the game. He wants to pass to set up the run. So far, so good through 2 plays of offense here so far tonight.
For the Pioneers at the 33.
And as you mentioned, Ika hasn't committed yet, but we know his heart's kind of set on BYU, and you know, hoping that he can, you know, realize his dream as well.
5 wideouts for Hollingshead here on 1st and 10 from the 33. He's got 1 touchdown throw tonight, looking for his 2nd as he rolls to his right, checks it down to Glasker for a 1st down, and out to the 15-yard line and out of bounds near the 10. That will be a pickup of about 23 there for Legend Glasker.
Yeah, Legend Glasker, the BYU commit. They obviously went really hard after him after his season last year, and he's just been excellent. Nice job getting across the defense. I mean,
1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
All the time in the world to throw that ball as well.
Ranked as the 8th recruit in the state of Utah, number 8 in the prospect rankings is Legend Glasker. Able to pick up 23 on that one. 1st and goal now for the Pioneers, as they have moved the ball efficiently so far tonight. 4 plays of offense so far. This will be the 5th. Eka in the backfield with Hollingshead, and flags.
It's going to be a delay game.
Yep.
It's taking a little bit too long to get out there. You know, in the game against Mountain Ridge that they lost 9-7, that's the only game that they actually gave up points as well. This was one thing that kind of ailed them, right? Some penalties that if they just got on and again playing together, all being on the same page, those types of things won't happen.
Back it up to the 15 for 1st and goal now after the delay of game penalty. Got Eka in the backfield, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Hollingshead to throw. All kinds of time, lobbing to the corner for New, and he's got it, touchdown. Right New in the corner, 15 yards, 14-0 Lehi.
Yeah, obviously Coach Andy Hatfield told us to watch their slot guys. That includes Britton New. Great job, able to outrun that linebacker, get to the corner of the end zone, and Hollingshead, exactly what Coach Hatfield wanted. He wanted to see better completion rating. I don't think he's missed a pass yet.
He is 3 for 3 so far tonight. Scratch that, 4 for 4, I should say, is Hammond on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. And Lehi wastes no time putting another 7 on the board. It is 14-0 with 5:27 to play here in our first quarter. We'll take a small break and be back in just a moment. 5:27 to play.
Ring that bell.
Brian New with the touchdown for the Pioneers. That's first touchdown of the season for the senior and the Oklahoma State commit.
Yeah, a lot of guys going to D1 schools for this Lehi Pioneer squad. You love to see it. Utah football finally getting noticed, getting recognized for how good our talent here is in the state.
We'll talk about that a little bit later, probably in the second half. A lot of teams out of state this week. There's 9 games featuring Utah teams against out-of-state opponents. Some big high-profile games as we'll check out throughout the night as well, as Desert Hills is back out on offense.
Want to make sure you know that the baseball.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get Cummings involved. I'd also like to see them get the running back, Andresen, more involved. Try to run the ball more rather than trying to get it out to the edge, because Lehi's defense is just too fast. You know, they know their angles. They're getting to that ball quickly.
Potent Lehi defense has only given up 9 points through 3 games. That's best in the state in both points total and point differential. State of Utah. Young will hand this one off to Andresen, and Andresen is going to be met in the backfield. Flags fly in the pile as well.
Yeah, we're going to get a face mask call here. Obviously, they're trying to make a tackle, make a play. The hand just got right on the bottom of his face mask there. I would say it was only like a 5-yard penalty because it just barely gripped it, but it's probably going to be a 15. First down for Desert Hills.
There are 2 penalties on the play. Holding, number 56 on the offense. Personal foul, face mask, number 11 on the defense. Those penalties will offset. Replay first down.
So a hold and a face mask down there. So we'll just wash out the penalties and we'll reset first and 10.
Offsetting will replay the down, first and 10 at the 20.
So the Thunder will get a do-over here. So Andresen not able to find much in that offensive line that time on his 3rd carry of the night.
Yeah, in this 3rd possession, again, what I said to start the game, they did really well getting an offensive push with their offensive linemen. Again, a young line, but after those first 2 drives, it seems like they maybe lose a little bit of gas.
And off to Andresen on the far side, gets out past the 20, near the 25. That seems to be his go-to. The 3rd time tonight he's made it to the 25. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Another 5-yard gain. I mean, if they do this again on 2nd down, or even, 3 the next play, 3 the next, I'd keep running the football. Try to open up the pass for your guys, because again, the defensive backs for this Lehi Pioneer team are too quick. They're going to be able to break on some of those balls, and with a quarterback in his first start, you don't want to necessarily put that on him.
2nd and 5 here for Desert Hills. 4:20 and counting here in the first quarter. Pioneers show pressure, and here it comes up the middle. Young gets out of the first one and has to just get rid of it. A good pressure there by the Pioneers. First one in there, Brody Downs able to put a little pressure on Young, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and I like what Young did there to throw the ball away, not take a sack. I think their younger quarterback, which I think he's a junior, the starter from the last couple of weeks, he would take that sack. Even though he hasn't played quarterback, his football IQ seems to be pretty high. Maybe that's why they put him in this position, so that they don't get negative down in distance, and they still have a shot to pick up this 3rd down.
3rd and 5 for Desert Hills. Need to get to the 30 for a first down. 2 wideouts to the near. 1 to the far with Andresen in the backfield. Young to throw. Takes a deep shot, and it's intercepted. Fabrizio with the pick, looking to take it back the other way, and he's into the red zone, still going. And a big return. As Fabrizio with the interception, and Lehi in the red zone.
Yeah, just a great job there. Obviously overthrew his receiver a little bit. There is a flag down in the backfield there. We'll see what the call is. The defense is out there for Desert Hills, but we may see a little bit of a change, unless it was something on the the offensive team there on the return.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 11 on the returning team. 15-yard penalty. Will be first down.
So to back up the Pioneers on the personal foul call. They'll start at the 30, but Fabrizio with a great interception to give Lehi, their second position in Desert Hills territory so far here tonight.
Yeah, that was talkie on the personal foul. You don't like to see that as a head coach. He's probably going to get a talking to on the sideline. You know, you don't want to start, 15 yards further back than you would have had it inside the red zone to start this drive. We'll see what Hollingshed and company can do here.
The Pioneers have had the ball for a total of 1 minute on offense so far tonight. They have 14 points to show for it. Drive
Quick strike
3.
offense.
5 wideouts here for Hollingshead. He'll take it himself up the middle. Picks up 5, maybe 6 on first down.
Yeah, nice job by the young defensive front there. Number 90, Tafua, able to make the play. Still a gain of 5 for the Pioneers, so in plus territory.
11th carry of the season for Hollingshead. On the season, came in 10 carries for 42 yards on the season so far. Four wideouts again here for 2nd and 5, coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hollingshead to throw again. Shot to the end zone. Glasker's wide open, and he's able to keep the toes in, and it's touchdown number 3 for Lehi.
Yeah, great job. Again, Hollingshed, his accuracy tonight is on point. A nice job by Legend Glasker. Nobody really around him to make that catch, but he still high-pointed it, able to keep his feet in bounds. Another touchdown, and pretty soon going to be 21-0 here.
Hollingshead has yet to miss throwing the ball so far tonight. 5 for 5 with 3 touchdowns now to his name. It's Hammond on for the extra point. It's good.
The extra point is good.
And the Pioneers are running away from this one early. 21-0 here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll take another break and be right back. 2:58 to play here in our first quarter. It is all Lehi already here tonight. 3 passing touchdowns for Hollingshead to 3 different receivers so far here tonight, Tucker.
Yeah, and Coach Hatfield said he wanted to see 6 different guys get involved in the passing game. So I think we're probably going to see, maybe Jackson Lattimore probably get some touches here in this next possession. He really wants to try to get, spread the love, essentially, get everybody involved. It's just going to make Legend that much better, is what he said.
Glasker, leading receiver on the team, entering tonight, gets his 3rd touchdown of the season. That's the most for the Lehi Pioneers so far this season as well.
Yeah, over his career, too, he's almost got 1,000 receiving yards, now 14 touchdowns to his name. So I can understand why, a team like BYU would want him on their roster next year.
Paid a visit over the summer. Only school he's visited of the 10 that have offered him a scholarship, as Andresen out past the 25 again, picks up 6.
Yeah, again, and this is the 4th drive in a row that they've started. Well, probably the 3rd. I think they passed on the first possession, but I don't see why they're not, just handing it off to Andresen, let him do the work. He's a great running back. He's probably their best athlete as well, so you need to really just get him the rock and see if he can get you guys ahead of the chains.
For information, that is the 4th straight time that they have run the ball on first down. And they have gotten to at least the 25 on all 4 of those occasions. It's where the drive is stalled here, though, for Desert Hills. 2nd and 5, trying to improve on that. Fake the handoff, throw far sides, batted down at the line. As that is Vincent Evans able to knock that one down. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, Vincent Evans coming from his linebacker position on a stunt with that defensive line, able to get to the outside, recognize the pass coming really quickly, able to get his hands up and bat that one down. Could have been a pick probably as well off that tip.
Coach Hatfield had nothing but nice things to say about Evans and the rest of the linebacking core for Lehi.
Yeah, Evans, I believe, also had a interception return for a touchdown about a week ago. So, again, this defense scoring points for the Lehi Pioneers. We'll see if they can maybe get another defensive touchdown this evening.
3rd and 5 for Desert Hills. There's a lot of players in pursuit. Young trying to get out of it. He throws it up the sideline and out of play. Good deep pursuit by the Lehi defense to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Sterling Fillmore just in pursuit, was not going to give up, able to still get a hit on the quarterback there. You know, instant release into the backfield. There might have been some sort of breakdown on the offensive line there, but a good job by Young to be able to get outside, not take a loss, and give his punter a chance to maybe flip field position right here.
So Porter out for the 4th time tonight. The kick for Lehi. Excuse me, 3rd time tonight. Glasgow back at his own 45. Oh, as they get a running into the kicker penalty, that will be on Lehi. That might be enough to give them a new set of downs.
Yeah, I mean, in my view, I think that's probably going to be a 15-yarder. Again, just trying to pursue and make a play on the special teams, so not necessarily the worst play in the world. Good effort, but you don't like to see laundry on the field.
Even the 5-yard variety should get them the 1st down here. So our officials will meet and talk about it real quick. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker, number 7 on the defense. 15-yard penalty for previous toss. Automatic 1st down.
That's Trayson Fabrizio, the one who had the interception with the personal foul there, and it's 1st down for Desert Hills.
Yeah, and again, something you don't want to see as a head coach. But it's one of those effort penalties which you can maybe get by. You know, maybe make him run a few extra sprints tomorrow morning after film study.
So I'll put it at the 40-yard line. This will be the best field position tonight for the Thunder.
40-yard line.
They're going to send 4 wideouts to the near side. 3 wideouts and Anderson over there.
Yeah, you're probably going to see a swing past Andresen. They've got obviously enough blockers here to spring him free if they run this right.
They do have the mismatch down here on the near side. Young fakes it going that way, tries to break it outside, lowers the shoulder for maybe a gain of 4.
Number 4, Gavin Young, 40-yard.
Took a shot there, though, at the end of the play. You know, he's an athlete. He's used to playing wide receiver, so he's used to taking hits like that. And, you know, maybe having a play or two to get back into it as a quarterback, you got to get down. You can't take those hits because you'll end up hurting your team later on in the game if they don't have you behind center.
2nd and 6 here for the Thunders. We are now under 90 seconds to play here in our 1st quarter. For joining us late, it's been all Lehi. Hollingshead with 3 touchdowns so far tonight. Through the air. 2nd and 6 here for Desert Hills. Pocket collapses, gets out of the tackle and stumbles his way for about 2 yards there. Good, I would say, relentlessness from Gavin Young. Gets out of the sack and picks up 2.
Yeah, Sikia there. Yeah, Ezekiel did a great job getting penetration, able to make the play there. You know, Young could have sprung that for a few more yards. He had some green grass in front of him, so nice job. Shoestring tackle. And we'll see if Desert Hills can do something here on 3rd and short. First time they've had this.
Need to get to midfield for the 3rd down, 3rd and 4 here for the Thunder. Got the wideouts bunched on the right side of the line. About snap, it's loose, and Anderson able to fall on that one back at the 39-yard line. Big mistake, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Taki quickly into the backfield there. Really, it was just the center to quarterback, exchange there. Just wasn't able to get a hold of it, and nearly a change of possession. But they'll be able to punt it away here shortly.
So that will be the final play of our 1st quarter. Lehi with a 21-0 lead through 12 minutes of play. We'll bring you the 2nd quarter here in just a moment. You're watching Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back. Ready to start our 2nd quarter. Desert Hills ready to punt this one away. Porter back at his own 30 or 25-yard line. Glasgow at his own 27. And a high snap, good catch by Porter. He's gonna try and run this one. He's got a lot of room. And Porter's got the 1st down. How about it? From Hayden Porter, the senior kicker, picks up the 1st down.
Hey, this isn't the first time I've seen this year from Desert Hills. They had another, snap that went a little bit high against Harriman. He was able to do the same thing, get upfield with a lot of running room, able to pick up the 1st down there on a, kind of a botched Botch snap.
Able to first make it a great grab to keep that one from going into further into Lehi territory there.
Yeah, maybe they should line him up at wide receiver.
That was a gain of 14 on that. I guess you can call it a fake punt, but more of just an improv play there from Porter.
Yeah.
The play clock's down at 0, and Desert Hills is going to have to burn a timeout. We'll keep it here and thank some of our sponsors here tonight. Tonight's game brought to you by Camson Electric. Building your dream home, Camson Electric specializes in custom homes with precision, quality, and clean design. From concept to completion, we power it all. Visit CamsonElectric.com to bring your vision to life. Also brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is proud to support Lehi Pioneers. Come on by Jersey Mike's subs and try the number 13, the original Italian. Provolone cheese and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot. Or get a hot Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub above at Jersey Mike's.
Powering the mining industry for over 25 years.
Yeah, Matt, I got a question for you. If you're Desert Hills, you've seen kind of what's been going on first down. Are you going to come out and run the ball again, try to get 5 yards, get ahead of the chains, or are you going to try to get some other guys involved? We haven't seen, Cummings get any catches yet thus far. He's one of their leading receivers on the season. Has, I believe, the solo touchdown reception for this squad as well. So you'd like to see some of their other playmakers kind of get involved here in the second quarter.
See what they elect to do. They have been able to run the ball pretty efficiently on first down. And that's what they elect to do with Anderson, and that's a good decision out to the 42-yard line.
It looks like a gain of 6 there, Matt. A great job by the left side of that offensive line, and really that's where they've had success running that ball is behind the left guard and tackle. They seem to be just a little bit better, have a little bit more power in their blockings. So great job there by the left side of the line.
This will be the 9th play of the drive here for Desert Hills as they have moved the ball efficiently so far here on this drive. Drive is approaching about 4 minutes long as well. Hand it back off to Andresen on second down. He's got the first down. Out to the 35 as he picks up 7.
Yeah, good run there. Great vision. Made 2 cuts, got upfield, got the first down. And again, I would just continue to hand the ball off to Andresen throughout the rest of the second quarter. Try to just run some clock.
Results in a first down for the Thunder at the 35-yard line.
Thunder looking for their first score of the night. Get 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Young and Andresen in the backfield. Young looking to the right, finds a lane up the middle. Good carry there for Gavin Young out to the 28-yard line. Picks up 8, maybe 7.
Number 4, Gavin Young.
Yeah, Zufelt there on the tackle, a nice job. Again, Andy Hatfield told us before the game, a few of his guys, defensive backs, tackle a little bit higher, but they never miss a tackle, which is something you don't see very often. Able to drive through that tackle. Almost had the first down. A great run from Young. Also, a nice job with their zone blocking scheme there on first down.
Good patience, able to wait for those blocks to develop as well. Brings up 2nd and 3 here for Desert Hills. 2 backs in the backfield this time as they'll hand it off to Andresen, and Andresen's got the first down.
Great job by Andresen. Yeah, I think he ran over his fullback there. And, you're taught as a fullback, if your offensive lineman or fullback's in front of you, run him over. You got to get downfield.
1st and 10 for the Thunder at the 22-yard line.
The last time Lehi has given up any points this season, it was the game-winning field goal that Mountain Ridge scored in Game 2. The 4th quarter, they've gone 5 quarters without allowing a point on the board, trying to keep it that way on 1st and 10. As Andresen's got nowhere to go on that one, maybe picks up about half a yard.
Again, Reagan Zufelt there on the stop. Able to get behind the play, pull Andresen back, only a gain of 1 there. Again, you're probably going to see Andresen get the ball a little bit more here, but Lehi's defense has done a great job all year at bending but not breaking. And that's why they've been able to hold opponents from scoring. A lot of kickers in high school football, aren't good enough to kick it from this distance. And I think we're going to see maybe another stop here by Lehi, but I'd love to see Desert Hills get into the end zone.
2nd and 9 here. This will be play number 13 of the drive here for Desert Hills. 3 wideouts to the left. Young, pressure comes, throws near side, and climbing the ladder to get it is Cummings for his first catch, but it's a loss of 2.
Yeah, nice job by Cummings there to be able to come down with the reception, but really, Young just needs to get that ball down and lead his guy. He's not giving them any ability to make any extra yards after the catch, and now they're back in a down and distance, which has been really difficult for them all day.
Loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 11 here for Desert Hills. Trying to keep the drive alive here. 8 minutes to go to halftime. Play clock down to 5 for Young with 3 wideouts to the right. Young rolls to the right, lots of pressure. It's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. That's number 11, PJ Taki getting in there to break it up.
Yeah, that's not the first time we said Taki's name, getting pressure on the quarterback. Young was hit extremely hard there, got up a little bit slow. We're probably going to see him take a break here. No, he's going to stay in the ball game here, but again, what I would like to see this offense do, he's a left-handed thrower. Every single time you roll this guy out to the right, it's going to take him a lot longer to be able to set his feet, and he's not going to have as high of a completion rating as he could have rolling out the other way. So I'd really like to see them use that left side of the offensive line a little bit more.
They're going for it on 4th and 11. Need to get to the 12-yard line for a first down. As Young improvising, but he's not going to get there. Getting to it was number 20, Reed Nielsen. Able to stop it, no gain, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, again, trying to make a play with his feet. He is an athlete, but really not much room there. Good job by this Pioneer defense, again, to bend a little bit, but not break, able to hold them, to no score again. So good job by the Pioneer defense. The best defense so far that we've seen in the state of Utah.
They've given up the least amount of points throughout the season so far, and true to their word as they stop that drive and bring up 1st and 10 from the 23. Worst starting field position tonight for Lehi. Hollingshead looking to check it down. Eka's got his room up the near side and blockers as he's out. Hops over a man. There he goes. Devon Eka showing off the athleticism for the touchdown.
Yeah, honestly, great job by Eka. He hurdled the defender, able to get downfield, but what I really, really love to see was number 72, Kason Page. He got downfield, was a lead blocker, and was really the main reason that Eka was able to, bust that to the end zone for 6.
I'm going to attempt the extra point for the Pioneers.
Another one-play drive for the Pioneers. Their 2nd tonight. And how about the Lehi offense? They have been efficient tonight.
Yeah, Matt, you started that possession off of saying this is their worst starting field position. I wanted to chime in there and say, hey, they got Legend Glasgow wide open across the middle. They decided to go to Eka on this near side with a screen pass. Great job. Great execution. Again, Andy Hatfield's got to be happy with that because everybody was on the same page, and that's why the play was successful.
Mate Ely Benjamin with the block that you were mentioning on that one that sprung Eka for the touchdown. He's going to Minnesota next year to go play football. Another one of these top recruits for Lehi. Tucker, I went through just researching through the notes. There are 7 players on this Lehi team that are either have offers to play Division I football or are already committed to Division I teams.
Yeah, again, we spoke about it earlier. Utah football, especially Utah high school football, just in general, now has a reputation across all 50 states that these guys know how to play football. You said it, this guy's going to Minnesota, Big Ten school. A lot of opportunities for these guys to go play meaningful football in the next level, and I just love to see that.
77 yards on that touchdown to Devon Eka. Hammond ready to kick this one off. Kicking into the wind this time. See if he can make the end zone. He won't. It's going to be fielded by the Thunder. And out past the 20, out to the 25.
That was Coy Duckett.
Coy Duckett gets his first touch of the football tonight.
Here's number 46, Ryan
So
Harris.
that's where Desert Hills will start their best field position of the night.
Yeah. starting from the 25. A nice return there, able to get it upfield.
Desert Hills will take
Probably kick it into the wind. We've seen him kick it through the end zone every other time, you know, now going that direction. It's probably got a little bit under that kick, but, you know, great job by the coverage team as well.
7:20 they're going to put back on the clock here. For the Desert Hills offense, turned it over on downs after a 15-play drive on that last drive. Good momentum there for Desert Hills, Tucker.
Yeah, you'd love to see them go back to what was working. Again, handing the ball off to Andresen, using the left side of that offensive line, and then if you're going to throw the ball, stop rolling him to the right, see if he can get, you know, better look downfield, because every time he's gone to the right, he's had to readjust, come back to the left, and then he's just being chased down by a bunch of athletes on that defensive line.
7:20 to go here until the halftime break. Just waiting for the clock to get reset.
Looks like we got 72 minutes left, Matt.
I think that's just a little too much time. While they wait for you to get the clock set, we'll thank one of our sponsors, Les Schwab Tires, over 73 years ago. They set the standard for tire service. Today, they continue to go out of their way to keep you on your way. Local experts who can give you useful advice for the roads you drive. That's Les Schwab Tires. First and 10 for the Thunder. They hand it off to Andresen, and he gets out near the 30, picks up 5.
Isaac Anderson, again, the ball carrier for the Thunder.
Yeah, the defense kind of loading the box there. I think they know what's going to happen, but even with loading the box, Desert Hills, their front 5 able to get a push, gain of 5.
It's been their go-to play on first downs. They've been able to run it efficiently on that play. Young with only one pass so far here tonight, though. 2nd and 5 for Desert Hills, and movement at the line.
Penalty flags on the field.
You know, Matt, a name we haven't said much from Lehi on the defensive side, which I expect, you know, to kind of have more of an impact here moving forward, is going to be number 44, Sterling Fillmore. He's their left linebacker. You see him really kind of change positions a lot there, and he's usually one of those guys that's getting constantly into the backfield, causing havoc for the offensive quarterback.
Offensive movement, 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
So it's on the Lehi defense, moving to try and catch the offense jumping. This is the play, or the call there, so it's a first down for the Thunder. Out to the 35-yard line. Thunder looking for their first points tonight. Young will hand it back off, and this is to number 22 this time. That's Seth Brown with his first carry tonight, picks up 3.
Yeah, again, on first down, running the ball, getting ahead of the chains. Give yourself a chance with 2nd and 7. You know, again, another run like that, give yourself 3rd and short. Just try to stay ahead of the chains. Do what works. You don't need to get cute with the football.
Call it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 here for the Thunder. Approaching 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Two wideouts to the near, one to the far. They'll send Duckett in motion and send him on the jet sweep, and that is cut off in the backfield. That's Taki. That gets the tackle for a loss.
Taki just seems to be in the right place at the right time every single play. Did a good job at keeping contained, getting upfield, holding his position, able to make the play there on that jet sweep.
And 15 for the Thunder at the 30-yard line.
Taki, 5 offers to go play D1 football. Visited BYU over the summer. Could be another potential Cougar coming up out of Lehi. Loss of 3. Backs it up to the 30 for the Thunder, and that's going nowhere, and right into Taki for a sack. Also Meredith in there, or excuse me, that's Evans back there. Both of them converge for the sack.
Yeah, Evans able just to explode into the backfield. He really was the person that got the QB, you know, off his throwing platform and really made the play there. Obviously, he forced him into where his teammates were, able to make the play there, but a nice job by Vincent Evans, one of the top linebackers in the state.
Loss of 4 on that one, back to the 26. It's Porter back out to punt this one away. Good snap, good opportunity, and a great kick this time. Glasgow will field it at his own 41. Glasgow out of a tackle. Up the near sideline, gets tripped up. Good tackle there by Zachary Darger for the Thunder. But once again, the Pioneers will start in Desert Hills territory.
Yeah, nice job there. Darger able to get a hold of Glasker's feet. He could have broken that one for a lot more. So nice open field tackle by the Thunder. We'll see if their defense can maybe come up with a stop here right before the half.
Metal Mart welcomes all orders, large and small.
So the Lehi offense comes back out. It's been quite a night for Cash Hollingshead. 4 touchdowns already tonight.
Yeah, he came into this game with 5, so you'd like to see him match his season total.
Fake the handoff to Eka, throws over the middle. It's caught by Wren. He's already got 1 touchdown tonight. He's out past the 30 for a first down.
Yeah, great job. Hollingshead knew where his guy was going to be open, did a good job of reading that defensive secondary, found where that open space is going to be, and found Wren for a first down.
Gain of 13 for Cameron Wren. Puts him at 99 yards receiving on the night.
Yeah, Lehi's crossing routes have been open all night, so I think we're going to see that quite a few more times, especially before the half.
3 to the left, 1 to the right for Hollingshead with Eka in the backfield. First and 10, they'll hand this one off to Eka, and Eka, through the first level, spins out of a tackle, and he's near a first down.
Number 24, Devon.
Yeah, Matt, I don't think in every game that I've watched Devon Eka run the football, I don't think anybody's ever brought him down on the first hit. He always runs through that first tackle. We got a guy down here injured by Desert Hills.
It's another first down for Lehi. We have an injured Thunder player down. As they look at him, we'll take a break. Here with 3:40 to go here in our second quarter, Lehi on the move. Welcome back.
Yeah, we got Matt here. Go ahead, take it away, buddy.
Welcome back. Just had to double check with our statisticians. We have the Lehi statisticians over to our right. Over 200 yards passing so far for Hollingshead tonight with his 4 touchdowns. 209 is the official stat count.
Yeah, so we might see him reach his season total in touchdowns tonight as well as yards.
Hollingshead has 338 yards coming into tonight, so that is definitely a possibility. As they'll have first and 10. Ready to get back underway from the 19-yard line here for Lehi. Send Glasgow in motion. They'll hand this one off to Eka. Eka off a tackle. Fights his way inside the 15, still on his feet. Out near the 13-yard line, picks up 6.
Yeah, nice job closing in there by the Desert Hills defense. Yeah, Teague Anderson with the tackle there. He's been one of their leading tacklers so far this season, so not surprising that he was there to make the play.
We'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Teague Anderson with 8 tackles on the season, 2.5 tackles for loss for the Desert Hills defenseman. Gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 here for the Lehi offense. Their 4th play of the drive. This will match their longest drive if they have to run another play. Hollingshead will throw here on 2nd down. Lob to the corner. It's got Wren out there. Good defense, though. That's number 15 for the Thunder. Boston Bundy with the pass breakup brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, Hollingshead was trying to find Lattimore there on that out route, post corner. He was open if he would have let him there. Really the first miss that we've seen from Hollingshead so far tonight.
I think that is his first incompletion tonight. And the first 3rd down of the night for Lehi. 3rd and 4 need to the 10 for a first, the scratch of the 9 for a first down. Hand off to Eka, and Eka lost the football, and it's a turnover.
And the Pioneers stole the ball.
That's Teague Anderson who came up with that stop a moment ago, picks up the fumble recovery, and the Thunder have the ball.
Yeah, and that's the kind of turnover that you don't want to see if you're Lehi right now. That's, defense not necessarily causing any issue there. It was just, the handoff from the quarterback to the running back. I think Hollingshead really wanted to pull that once he saw the defenders kind of close in on Eka there. And nice job again by number 53.
It's Anderson.
Yeah.
Able to
Teague.
Right place, right time on that one as the ball was on the turf. They'll send that 4 wide out formation to the right again here for first down. 2.5 minutes to go to halftime here as Young will set the screen this time. Couple of blockers leads Anderson out towards the 25-yard line, making it 24.
Yeah, good job there. Great play by the offense. A hat on a hat. Everybody had a guy there. Really, I mean, Andresen by himself, if they're able to hold those blocks and spring him downfield. But only a second and, 3 coming up here?
Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Make it 2nd and 4 for the Desert Hills offense. Lehi fakes pressure. They'll hand off Andresen to the 26-yard line. He'll be about 1.5 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, Brody Downs there, the first guy, able to hold him there short from the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd and short. But again, a great job by the linebackers filling the gaps. You know that the defensive line's not filling there. So a great job again. One of the best defenses that we're going to see this year in high school football in the state of Utah.
Just one timeout left for the Thunder here as we approach a minute to go. They'll fake the handoff. Young's going to let it rip, but it's too far. Intended for Duckett, and that's 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, great coverage there by Murphy Madsen. Really, I mean, he wasn't really open down the sideline. They're just trying to stretch the defense a little bit, give their offense a little bit of breathing room so that they can run the football a little bit more. But a nice job, again, in coverage by the Pioneers.
Madsen switching numbers to his brother's numbered. Switch from 20 to 4. Mays Madsen were number 4 for the Pioneers last year. Fourth and 1. The Thunder will punt this one away. It's Porter. Able to settle that one down. Line drive kick. It goes well out of bounds. We'll see where they end up spotting this one. As the line judge stops his walk at the 37-yard line. So the Pioneers will get 1:09 in all 3 timeouts here to try and add more points here. Tucker, you're the offensive coordinator for Lehi. Do you push it here before the half?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, last drive, you obviously had just a boneheaded mistake there on the handoff. Turned it over. You really want to go into the half up 35-0 because that's what it should have been had they not been able to get this extra possession. So, you know, if I'm the offensive coordinator, yes, I'm trying to stretch the ball downfield. I'm trying to use that opportunity to see what my 2-minute offense can produce.
1:09 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 37. They'll pick the handoff to Eka over the middle and laying out for the catch. Lattimore with his first one. Good grab, but now the clock runs.
Yeah, nice job there by Lattimore to, you know, sacrifice himself, make the play, get a catch. And we mentioned it earlier. We thought that those, you know, slot receivers are going to get more action.
There goes Eka. He's into the end zone. Flag flies back at the 27, though. This one might be coming back as Eka found the middle of the lane there, but might have had some help.
Yeah, huge hole there, and obviously might have been because of a hole, but we'll wait to see what this flag is for. It does look like they're going to be bringing it back, though.
Holding, number 63 on the offense. 10-yard penalty for the spotting foul.
That's a holding call. That'll back up to the spot of the foul, so it should be about 2nd and 10 here.
At the 38-yard.
Yeah, and that penalty right there, Matt, could have been a drive killer. Obviously, with 44 seconds left, we'll see if they can, you know, kind of make up for it.
2nd and 11 here for the Pioneers. 44 seconds to go. Pressure's coming. Hollingshead, stiff arm, still looking. Now tries to check it down for New, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Hollingshead just not able to get his feet set there to find. He was looking at number 84, who was wide open and had a lot of running room. That's Britton New, their tight end. Again, a great job there. Able to stretch the play, try to give himself an opportunity, but not able to set his feet for the throw.
36.3 on the clock. Lehi still with all 3 of their timeouts here.
But again, I got to give, you know, Desert Hills some credit there. Their defensive line hasn't really been able to get pressure on Hollingshead all night. That's why his completion percentage is so high. A good job by that front to be able to, you know, kind of turn the tables here and give Lehi a taste of their own medicine.
3rd down and 11 here for Lehi. And whistles. And a timeout called by the Pioneers. That'll be their first.
Timeout on the
We'll keep it here.
field. Lehi,
And we'll thank
timeout.
some more of our sponsors. Tonight's game brought to you by Open Loop Energy. Whether it's on the field or in the field, pressure reveals the prepared. Open Loop Energy, built for the moments that matter. Also by Quench It. Quench It is the drive-through soda and snack shop that satisfies your cravings when you're on the run. Think about it for just a second, and you'll realize your thirst is probably calling you. And come think of it, so is your hunger. So jump in the car and head on over. We're probably close by. That's Quench It, proud sponsor of Lehi football.
Magnify Real Estate, Stacy.
You know, Matt, I have to do one of my favorite restaurants a favor. I got to do the smoked taco read, man.
Go for it.
I love smoked tacos, starting from our roots as a taco truck in Salt Lake City, Utah, and smoking meats professionally for over 15 years. The smoked taco decided to create something special by using premium smoked meats for tacos. The result is the best tacos you'll ever eat. Available in a restaurant, taco delivery, taco catering, or however you want it. And I can tell you right now, I would order it all of those ways, Matt.
A big thank you to all of our sponsors here on KSL Sports Rewind this year. 3rd and 11 here for Lehi. And a false start on Desert Hills. That'll move the Pioneers 5 yards closer to that first down.
Yeah, really, you know, they're just trying to make a play, trying to get ahead of themselves. A nice job by Hollingshed to maybe clap a little bit louder than he would have the last time out. Able to draw him off sides there. 5-yard penalty. Get him a little bit closer.
So they'll move the ball to the 33-yard line here.
Offsides penalty on Desert Hills, 5 yards.
Makes it 3rd and 6 here. Need the 27-yard line for a first down. 4 wideouts for Hollingshead. Hollingshead will hand it off to Eka, and Eka finds a seam out of a tackle in the red zone. And down near the 15, clock will stop for the first down.
Takes it down inside the
Yeah, they still have 2 timeouts, so plenty of time here. Wait till that box gets set before the clock starts. Nice job getting his guys in line.
24 seconds to go. Outlet pass to Wren. And Wren navigate his way through and out of bounds near the 7. That'll stop the clock with 17.5 to go.
Yeah, again, a nice job by Hollingshed, getting his troops downfield, getting them set, and getting the ball off quickly, able to gain 7 yards there on first down and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Spot the ball at the 9-yard line for 2nd and 3. 17.5 left here as Glasgow makes his way back in. Hollingshead with 4 passing touchdowns so far here in this first half.
And I think we may see his 5th here shortly unless they hand the ball off to Eka.
Eka's got 1 receiving touchdown, hasn't found the end zone on the ground yet tonight. It'll be Hollingshead over the middle, touchdown Glasgow.
Yeah, I called it there, man. I knew they were going to go to Legend or maybe even Lattimore on that play. He really could have gone anywhere. He had 2 or 3 guys on a slant route there that were open in the end zone, beat their guy off first cut. Legend Glasker's probably the best route runner in the state this year. Really, nobody can keep up with him after that first cut.
There's a lot of dangerous wide receiver talent in Region 3. We can talk about that in the second half as Hammond's on for the extra point.
And
Hammond is good.
And with
12.7 to go to halftime. It is 35-0 in favor of the Pioneers. We'll keep it here. Thanks to some more of our sponsors. Skin Science Institute offers the best aesthetic instruction and services in the Salt Lake City area. Whether you're a student looking for a new career path or a client looking for affordable services, we have it all. We are dedicated to providing our clients with the ambiance, relaxation, products, and professionalism of a high-end spa without the high-end prices. That's Skin Science Institute, proud sponsor of Lehi football.
I'll be interested to see if
12.5 seconds left here in the half.
Yeah, I mean, the wind's died down here. I want to see if Bodie Hammond can maybe kick this one into the end zone for a touchback, not allow them to really get any sort of return here.
Got Andresen and Duckett at their own 5. As Hammond will let this go. It won't make it as Duckett fields it from his own 5. Duckett out of the first tackle and no further as Lehi wraps him up at the 17.
A little bit of extracurricular activity there by a couple of guys on the field. You love to see it. They all want it. You know, even though Desert Hills is, you know, maybe behind on the scoreboard, they still have a lot of pride to fight for here in this ball game. And, you know, you'd like to see them continue to try every single time they have this ball to get it in the end zone.
Everything's still to play for Desert Hills as well. Picked to finish third in Region 9. Of course, Crimson Cliffs, the back-to-back defending champs in that league. Desert Hills, the only loss they had last season was to that Mustang team. As Young will take the knee, and that will take us to halftime. It has been all Lehi here in the first half. 5 passing touchdowns for Cash Hollingshead as the Pioneers take a 35-0 lead at the halftime break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with our second half. At the halftime break, it's 35-0 Lehi here on the Rewind Sports Network. But before we go, we did lose a member of the KSL Sports Rewind family over this week. Our colleague, our leader, and most importantly, our friend, Dusty Lister, passed away this week after a long battle against brain cancer. Dusty was the voice for so many moments in high school sports over the last 2 decades, all while making sure the spotlight was always on the students. From Friday nights in the fall to cold winter nights in the gym during the winter, and afternoons filled with sunshine on the diamond during the spring, Dusty was always there with the call and being a true ambassador for high school sports here in the state of Utah. Apart from his accolades behind the mic and what he's built over all these years here at KSL Sports Rewind, Dusty will be remembered most for his character, his humility, his passion, and most of all, his love for his family and, of course, his friends as well. As our colleague Vince Francis said on Wednesday, Dusty may be gone from this earth, but his impact and his love will never be forgotten. We love you, Dusty. We miss you, Dusty. And rest in peace, my friend. All right, welcome back. As we get ready to start our second half, Lehi up big in this one here in week 4, the final region play, a non-region play game for Desert Hills. On the season, they'll start region play against Snow Canyon next week. Lehi's got one more game next week before they start region play in what's arguably the biggest region we have ever seen in the history of Utah high school football. We'll talk about that probably later on. But just your initial thoughts on that first half, Tucker.
Well, obviously Lehi's a pretty quick strike offense against a defense like Desert Hills. You know, they just have a lot more speed, a lot more athleticism. It's been displayed here this evening under the lights here in Lehi. But, you know, you got to give Desert Hills some credit. They were able to, on one drive particularly, you know, turn a mistake. There was a snap over the head of the punter. He was able to make a play out of it, get a first down, you know, extend that drive for them. They got it all the way down into the red zone, got backed up with a penalty. So really, for Desert Hills, you'd like to see them maybe clean up some of the mistakes, continue to run the ball successfully, and, you know, just try to build some momentum for next week. As you said, they start region play.
It's been a big night for Cash Hollingshead. Came into tonight with 5 touchdowns and 338 yards on the season. He has almost eclipsed that total tonight. He is at 9 of 11, 233 yards and 5 touchdowns through the first half. He has been just dealing it to all of his receivers, and they've been making it work for Lehi tonight.
Yeah, and obviously he has a wealth of weapons, whether that's in the backfield standing next to him with Aka, Legend Glasker, Lattimore, Wren. I mean, the list just keeps on going, right? He has a lot of options on that offensive side of the ball, and it's been, you know, proven to be a major factor here this evening.
As we get ready to start the second half here, Lehi won the toss, so they'll defer to the second half here, and they'll get to start on offense here.
Yeah, Matt, we'll probably see the backup quarterback at some point. They're going to want to get him some snaps with the first team, most likely this evening. But we'd really like to see Hollingshead maybe play the rest of the third quarter and see if he can eclipse that season total tonight.
He's about 126 yards shy of matching his season total throwing the football. We'll see who comes out to quarterback this drive, as they'll start from the 20-yard line. It will be Hollingshead that will be under center here.
I mean, what a great name for a, you know, Lehi high school football player, Hollingshead. I don't think I've heard anything better. here in Lehi than that name, especially this year. I mean, Legend Glasgow is obviously legendary of a name. I've never heard anybody named Legend, and obviously he's going to BYU to hopefully be a BYU legend.
First and 10 for Hollingshead in the offense from their own 20. Pass near side to Wren, gets out of bounds near the 25. We are in runtime as well here with the 35-point lead for the second half, so the clock is running.
Yeah, nice job there, Hollingshead. That's a really long pass. One of the hardest throws for a quarterback to make, you know, from essentially the opposite side hash on the field, getting that to the near side of the football field. Great pass, right on the money to Wren, and pick up 6 quick yards for a short second down.
Wren's got a touchdown, had the opening one on the very first play for Lehi from offense tonight as Eka finds a seam, and there goes the speed of Eka. He's got 1 receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Devon Eka, 74 yards for his second score of the night.
Well, and I know a lot of people here in Lehi drive trucks. Any of these trucks in the parking lot probably could have gotten through that hole of the offensive line. Great job blocking up front to spring Eka. Once he gets into the secondary, it's pretty much impossible to catch him.
Had 45 yards rushing in the first half. That puts him over 100 on that run alone. Has 2 touchdowns to his name as well. Hammond on for the extra point. And it has been efficient for Lehi tonight. 10:45 to go in the third quarter, 42-0 now in favor of the Pioneers. Keep it here and thank some of our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you by Statch Rogers Real Estate. Magnify Real Estate. Stacy Rogers knows a home is more than walls. It's community, connection, and where memories are made. Whether buying or selling, Stacy brings the winning results for Lehi families. Stacy Rogers, Magnify Real Estate, proud supporter of Pioneer football.
Yeah, Matt, I've got some scores throughout the rest of the state here that we're going to take a look at. Mountain Ridge and Cedar Valley late in the second quarter are tied up there at 14 apiece. Corner Canyon's got a 14-point lead on Liberty. You know, Alta, unfortunately, after a pretty good game, even after losing their starting quarterback last week, down significantly to Davis, 42-6. Davis is looking like one of the better teams here in the state.
Davis probably the only team that has a conversation to being one of the top 5 teams in 6A as Desert Hills gets out past the 20-yard line. It's been Region 3 has been just the story of the season so far. 5 teams in that new Region 3. Corner Canyon comes in. Westlake and PG are now gone from that region. 4 of the 5 teams are undefeated in that region. The only one that's has a loss to their name is Lehi, who fell in that Mountain Ridge team. But there is a case to be made of having all 5 of the teams in this region be the top 5 teams in the state.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I thought tonight was very important for the Lehi Pioneers to, you know, get a lot of momentum behind them, dominate like they have on the scoreboard, 42-0, because, you know, as we've seen, as a nice run there from
that's Andresen.
Yeah, I mean, just to get back to my point, sorry, Matt. Their upcoming games here for Lehi are Sky Ridge, Harriman, American Fork, Lone Peak, and Corner Canyon to finish the year. So it's just going to be a gauntlet, as you said, in this region. And that's why this is such a big game, even though you don't like to put a lot on some of these games. But having a team that you should dominate, you really need to go in there and kind of show the other team who's boss.
We talked with Coach Hatfield before the game, and he kind of mentioned that the team is not where he wants it to be just yet. He sees the potential of this team. It's got a lot of weapons at a lot of different places for Lehi. As Desert Hills with a 2nd and 4 here, they'll dump it out to Andresen in the flat, and look at Andresen with a nice cut for a first down. Able to get out to the 39 for a big gain for Desert Hills.
Yeah, Brody Downs able to chase him down, but a great cut by Andresen. As soon as he caught that pass from Young, he's able to make a cut upfield, run north and south rather than east and west, get some yardage, get the first down, and, you know, extend this drive a little bit, start to get a little bit more confidence behind this really, really young Desert Hills Thunder football team.
You mentioned the schedule for Lehi coming up. Desert Hills, again, we mentioned, starts region play next week. Snow Canyon is undefeated. That's the next opponent, but they get them at home for Desert Hills. Desert Hills has only played 1 game against Utah opponents, 2 of their games against Nevada schools. As Andresen, that's number 22. That's Seth Brown on the carry and gets maybe 1 yard. But going back to it, Tucker, they've only played one game against Utah opponents so far this season. This is the game number 2. They got blown out against Harriman. Unfortunately, the same case here, but Harriman, a very dangerous team in 6A as well, one to keep an eye on. But things kind of get a little bit easier on the schedule for you to go against like teams in your region, and going against these top tier teams kind of prepares you for those region games.
Yeah, it helps you get a little bit stronger mentally, because getting through a game like this is one of the hardest things you have to deal with as an athlete, right? You're going in, you're just getting physically dominated. You go out on that bus tonight and you're going to be in a lot of physical pain as well, because these guys hit extremely hard.
Hand off to Brown again, and that one's met at the line of scrimmage. Again, the Pioneer defense, they have been stout tonight. They've been stout all season.
Yeah, again, only allowing 9 points thus far. Brody Downs, coming from his right outside linebacker position, able to get inside the gap, make a play in the backfield, and, again, put Desert Hills in a situation that they have, frankly, been quite awful tonight in 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 will be the task here for the Desert Hills offense. Again, Desert Hills just trying to find some rhythm here. 24 points, the most that they have scored in a game so far this year. They've had a couple of tight battles against the Nevada schools.
Well, in that 24-point game, you score 20 points, you're most likely going to win. They won that game, their solo win of the year, 24-21, a close battle. But again, like you said, against like-minded competition, where they can't get down on themselves too much after these two, bigger Utah schools that they've come up here into the Valley and had to deal with early on this season.
Timeout for Desert Hills here with 7:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll thanks to more of our sponsors. Westlake Emergency Center is a proud sponsor of Lehi football, and a healthcare emergency at the Westlake Emergency Center is part of your team. The Westlake Emergency Center is always open and located conveniently in West Lehi. The Westlake Emergency Center is a proud sponsor of Lehi School football.
At the heart of Campson Electric is our team, a group of
Also a huge thanks to UNVC. UNVC provides complete building commissioning services across the Intermountain West. UNVC operations now encompass a complete set of building optimization services anchored in systems commissioning and closing commissioning and consulting, energy, engineering, and facilities organization. So thank you again to UNVC.
3rd and 9 here for the Thunder. Need to get to midfield for the first down as Gavin Young in pursuit, and he's going to go down. It's Vincent Evans with the sack.
Yeah, Matt, that goes back to my comment early on in the first half. I'm not sure what the offensive coordinator for the Desert Hills Thunder is thinking, right? He has a left-handed quarterback. He needs to roll him out to the left side. We saw on this one he probably could have gotten the ball away, but he immediately had to then adjust all the way to the other side to try to get his feet set to make a throw, and by then the defense was on and the play was busted up.
So 4th down here, as we'll see Porter to kick. Glasgow waiting at his own 40. A high snap again, corralled by Porter. He's going to just try to take it himself again. Good line drive kick was going to force Glasgow back. He'll field it at his own 32. Gets out of a pair of tackles. Using that speed up the near side. Got one man to beat. Hops over him, and he's got the punt return.
Well, great patience. We got a couple flags down on the play. Hopefully this isn't, excessive use or excessive force here behind the play by a Lehi return man, but a great job by Legend Glasgow there. He could have easily been pushed out of bounds near the 20-yard line, able to, change pace very quickly, stop, go again, get himself into the end zone. But we're going to see maybe what these penalties are, and we also have an injury down on the field.
There's flags at the 43-yard line and an injured Thunder player. That's Stephen Phillips, the sophomore linebacker that's down. He, I think, took a blindside block maybe there. We'll wait to see what the call is here. But it looks like this one will be coming back against Lehi.
Those are the penalties, Matt, that you really cannot have, right? You're obviously dominating this game. There's really no need for something like that, especially that far away from the play. He was going to score no matter what. Just leave it be on that side of the field. You don't have to get into anything, and that's going to bring it back. So
15-yard penalty.
Not what you want to see if you're Coach Andy Hatfield. Something that he's going to definitely address to his team after the game and probably again in film study this next week.
That's the second personal foul call on Taki tonight.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to take him out of the game.
After that,
As it is the blindside block personal foul. So Lehi will start at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, now we're going to see the backup quarterback here. Matt, do you want to let us know who that is?
That should be Wyatt Bingham for the Lehi Pioneers, and it is. He's played one game so far this season against his former team in Mountain Ridge. As he will hand this one off. And that's to, I believe, number 30 for the Pioneers, as the backups are now in. Zamfir Becky gets his first carry. So that'll do it for Cash Hollingshead tonight. His final line, 9 of 11, 233 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, we'll see what Wyatt Bingham can do. I know, talking to Coach Andy Hatfield, I think he was kind of planning on something like this, right? He wanted to see what his backup quarterback could do. He also wanted to see how well Hollingshead was going to play tonight, how well his completion percentage was going to be, and now these guys got an opportunity.
Bingham to throw here. He's got Verbecki wide open here on the near side. Stiffs arms out of a tackle, out near the 50, and he'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, nice job by Verbecki to make a little bit more out of nothing there. And also, great patience by Bingham, right? He obviously had a lot of time to throw the ball, didn't get too happy with his feet and try to make a play, was able to scan the field, find his check down, and pick up, 7 yards on the play?
Be 3rd and call it 3 here for the Pioneers. Bingham with Verbecki in the backfield. He's going to throw here on 3rd down. Near sides collected by Vi Kayo, his first catch tonight. That's a first down for Lehi.
Yeah, nice job by Kayo. He knew exactly where the marker was, where he had to get the first down. A really good break to the outside and a really nice hard pass there by Bingham to get it out to the sideline for the first down.
Bingham coming into tonight, 4 of 8 for 70 yards on the season in 2 appearances so far this year. Able to connect on that pass for first down for Lehi. Clock running under 4:15 to play. They'll hand this one off to Verbecki and able to lower the shoulder near the 40-yard line.
Sam Verbecki, number 30, the ball carrier for the Pioneers.
42-yard line, pick up a 3.
Tackled by number 11, Zachary.
Yeah, Verbecki was pretty patient there, able to, kind of follow his lead blockers for a few yards. You'd like to see him maybe try to squirt through one of those holes. He may have had an opportunity to pick up a few more, but again, in plus territory, second and 7.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4 wideouts for Lehi. Bingham to throw. Good pocket. Fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Wren. And I'll bring up 3rd down.
That's one of those throws as a quarterback that you may, be a little bit hesitant of. You're not necessarily sure where the middle linebacker is, so he tried to keep that pass a little bit lower. Unfortunately, it's an incomplete pass. We'll see. Wren had a nice break out of that route as well.
Had the first touchdown for 66 yards in that first quarter as well for Cameron Wren. 3rd and 7 here for Lehi. Bingham will hand this one off. And that's number 31 for the Pioneers. James Rex, is the one wearing 31 tonight.
We'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Pioneers at the 40.
So Rex gets maybe 2 yards and brings up 4th and 5 here for Lehi. Just a little bit shy of the field goal range for their kicker, Bodie Hammonds. Has made it from 50 yards so far tonight, but he's got the wind. Well, the wind's kind of dying down a little bit, so they'll go for it here on 4th down. And Bingham to throw. Tons of time in the pocket. He's going to take a deep shot for Kayo, and it's incomplete. Good defense from Desert Hills. That's Dylan Hermanson with the pass breakup, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, nice job catching up to the receiver. The ball was out, obviously a little bit underthrown, so that gave the defender a little bit more time to break up that pass. But, you know, a good job not giving up on the play. And you can't fault Andy Hadfield for going for it there on 4th down. Obviously, you've got a defense that hasn't allowed a score here tonight, only allowed 9 points all season. So this isn't really much of a worry that you didn't pick up that 1st down.
So it looks like the second string defense is out for Lehi for this drive. As Gavin Young, first started quarterback for him, as he checks it out to Andreessen's got a little room on the far side and breaks it out just past the 45 out to the 46 for a gain of 6.
Yeah, nice job by Fillmore blowing up that left edge, unable to really make a play there. Young got it out to Andreessen, and Andreessen, anytime he touches the ball, it seems like he's getting plus yardage. So try to feed him a little bit more in the second half. He's obviously their best player on offense.
Andreessen had only 4 catches coming into tonight. He's eclipsed that mark here in this game alone. A lot of guys having season bests here tonight. Young with time, and a little miscommunication there. And good job by Young to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 95, Briggs Love.
Yeah, it looks like the offensive line was kind of confused of what the plan was. If they would have thrown the ball, I think they had a few offensive linemen downfield. You know, even the coaches up here on top of the press box with us were extremely confused at what was going on down on the field.
3rd and 4 here for Desert Hills as the clock runs under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 wideouts to the right here for Gavin Young. Gonna hand it off to Andreessen. Andreessen's got the 1st down. Good run out into Lehi territory. Out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, again, a nice job by the center and left guard opening that hole on that zone running scheme. Really gives Andreessen the ability to pick which hole he wants to go through, right? And Andreessen, with good field vision, able to find that hole, burst through it, you know, get a 1st down and keep this drive alive for Desert Hills. A lot like what we saw at the end of the 2nd quarter, I guess middle of the 2nd quarter, when they were able to get it down into Lehi territory.
Gains a 13 on that run for Andreessen. Back to the ground again on 1st down, out to the 41, and that should do it for our 3rd quarter. As the seconds run down, that will do it. 3 quarters in the books. Lehi with a commanding lead, closing this thing out. We'll be back with the 4th quarter in just a moment. You're watching Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network. 4th quarter here from Lehi High School. The Pioneers with a commanding lead. Matt Coma, Tucker Bass with you tonight. We just saw a student hit the upright and win a year's supply of Jersey Mike Sebs there, Tucker.
Yeah, it was probably the best field goal we're going to see all evening, Matt.
We haven't seen one yet.
No, we haven't. I mean, we've seen a lot of extra points, but that was impressive, and especially with that much on the line. And Jersey Mike's being one of the team sponsors, nothing better for a fan than getting a year's supply of free food.
Good pass out to the far side, and there goes Cummings, has room. And Cummings into the red zone. Good play there for Desert Hills. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Yeah, Matt, I've been wanting them to get Cummings involved. He's kind of one of the unsung heroes of this team. He's one of the best athletes, probably their leading receiver. I'd like to see them try to stretch it out to him a little bit more. He's able to make plays with his feet.
Senior wide receiver makes a big play for Desert Hills, and they're in the red zone for the first time tonight. Looking for their 1st points of the night. Lehi's now gone 7 quarters without allowing a score.
And if you're Coach Andy Hadfield, this is when you want to see your defense stiffen up and not allow them to score any points tonight.
Handoff Andreessen stays on his feet and inside the 10 near another 1st down, just shy of it near the 6-yard line.
Isaac Andreessen again, the ball carrier for the Thunder.
It's been slow and steady for Andreessen, but he's had a good night here tonight for the Thunder.
Yeah, you know, obviously, probably their best athlete out there, but what I've seen from him is just continued grit and desire to just improve himself throughout this ball game. And, you know, against superior talent, especially the first 3 quarters, he still had a fantastic game. So I think he has a lot to ride on going on the rest of the season.
In the backfield here for 2nd and 1 from the 6. Give it back to Andreessen, and he's got the 1st down inside the 5. Spot him at the 3. That'll be a 1st and goal for the Thunder.
Yeah, nice job by Noah Waite there, able to, you know, kind of lower his center of gravity to bring down the larger Andreessen. And, you know, it's 1st and goal now, and this is, again, where you want to see this second unit kind kind of step up and show why they deserve to have a little bit more snaps, especially on a Friday night under the lights.
First and goal from the 3 here for the Thunder. Andresen gets the carry one more time. Near the goal line, touchdown, Thunder.
Yeah, again, a nice job. The left side of this line is obviously where it's at for Desert Hills. They need to continue to hand the ball off to Andresen, run it up the left side, get it through that B gap, and just let Andresen go to work.
Third rushing touchdown of the season for Isaac Andresen.
And I'm sure, Matt, he's going to have quite a few more throughout the rest of the season.
Aiden Porter on for the extra point. He's been busy punting the ball tonight. Gets his first chance at points. Kick is up. And it's good.
And the kick is good.
So with 10 minutes and 9 seconds to play,
Desert Hills Thunder 7.
now Lehi 42, Desert Hills 7 on the Rewind Sports Network. We'll take a short break. Can be right back. 10:09 left. Desert Hills getting ready to kick this one off. They find the board for the first time tonight. That snaps Lehi's shutout streak of 7 quarters.
Yeah, Matt, if you're Lehi, are you upset with that touchdown there in this fourth quarter? Are you, kind of understanding that it's your second unit? And
yes and no. As the kick is underway, it's going to be fielded right at the goal line and in the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, I'm going to take a moment here, Matt, and thank another one of our generous sponsors of Lehi football, Lewis Livestock. With over 3 generations of farming and cattle raising experience, Lewis Livestock is a name you can trust for the highest quality beef. Since 1908, we've built a legacy of dedication to sustainable farming and responsible livestock practices. Our love for clean eating ensures that every cut of beef we offer meets our standards. Thank you, Lewis Livestock, for your sponsorship of Lehi football.
Just under 10 minutes ago tonight, Wyatt Bingham in the offense back out for Lehi. Turned it over on downs last time out. Bingham keeps it on the read option, and look out. The senior quarterback out near the 35. A flag is down near the 31.
I got to be honest, I don't like that flag there. The defender turned his back. The receiver's making a great block out there. I don't think this is deserving of a penalty, but they're going to get a block in the back here. Again, unwarranted in my opinion, but a great job, a great fake by Bingham. Wyatt Bingham able to hold that ball in the pocket of his running back, get that whole defensive line to shift to the left. He had open running room. And again, a great job blocking by that wide out. He's not going to get credit for it because of the penalty, but you love to see the second unit trying to make an impact on this game.
It's a holding penalty. It's a spot foul, so it'll be set 1st and 9. So they had the first down, but the flag brings it back to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Back to the original line.
1st and 9 here for Lehi. 3 wideouts to the right. Bingham. Pocket collapsing and stays on his feet. Lost the football, and they're going to say it's incomplete.
Yeah, nice job by Colton Hopper. Gets in the backfield, able to really break that up. Nice job by Wyatt Bingham to try to keep the play alive, but maybe you'd like to see him go down because that could have easily been a fumble there.
Colton Hopper gets credit for the sack. They rolled him down there at the 7-yard line. So big loss there for the Lehi offense.
Yeah, these guys going backwards very quickly. Again, these guys haven't played yet tonight, so you'd expect maybe some jitters for the second unit, but you'd like to see them get it under control here and maybe get some yards.
Set up the screen. He's got Verbecki out past the 15 to the 20 and out near the original line of scrimmage. They get the 21. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 as Verbecki cramps up a little bit.
Yeah, they did a good job there to make this a little bit more of a third manageable situation for him. You don't like to see a guy down. It looks like he just has some cramps, so they're trying to stretch it out. He'll most likely be back in the ball game. But again, you'd like to see the whole entire unit play cohesive football. That's exactly what Andy Hatfield said he wanted to see before the game, and I don't think it matters if it's the first unit or the second. You still want to see them connecting and making plays offensively.
As they stretch out Verbecki, remind you to stay tuned after the game. Tucker and I will give out our Tab Bank helmet stickers. And those brought to you by Tab Bank. We keep tallies of them all season long. Dane and Jeff will showcase all the helmet stickers over the weekend and during their weekly recap of the season. Again, we'll give out our helmet stickers tonight.
Yeah, if you guys aren't watching that rewind episode over the weekend where they really go over all the games, you guys got to get on, whether it's YouTube, whether it's on KSL, get on, watch it, because you're going to learn a lot from Dane and company and just all about the state of Utah and what this football has to offer them here in the state.
Dane and Jeff giving you all the latest insight in Utah high school football. You can find all that stuff on KSLSports.com throughout the week as well, giving you their top 25, giving the week recap, the week look ahead. Also got features of their game of the week. They're up at Syracuse tonight, welcoming in the top team in the state of Idaho tonight in the Rigby High School. Mentioned the out-of-state games, Tucker, by the way. I mentioned 9 games out of state against teams here in the state of Utah. The big one, obviously, Lone Peak's at Bishop Gorman tonight. Bishop Gorman, the Gales, 3rd in the country in the national rankings. Obviously, the top team in Nevada. Corner Canyon's hosting the top team in Arizona and Liberty. As Lehi punts this one away and takes a pioneer bounce out near the 32-yard line. That's where they'll stop it there. I mentioned Syracuse against Rigby, the top team in Idaho. Provo's at Rocky Mountain up in Boise as well. They're the number 2 team in Idaho. Got a couple scorers updates for us?
Yeah, Corner Canyon, you said they're going up against a team out of state, 21-7, so they're handling their business there. Again,
how about the Syracuse game? The Titans beating the top team in Idaho, 25-14 at the half. That's Dane and Jeff's game. You can watch that here on KSLSports.com.
Yeah, Syracuse year in and year out seems to be a very consistent program. Obviously, their coaching staff does a very good job getting their team ready for even games out of state where they might not have as much film to prepare for them.
Desert Hills in offense back out as that pass to Andresen goes backwards, back to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Young, the snap was a little bit low. He had to pick that one up off the ground. It just got them behind the 8 ball, and the defense was able to converge on Andresen and, get him in the backfield for a loss.
So Syracuse doing well against that team down there. Let's see if we can get an update on the Bishop Gorman Lone Peak game. Tucker's our man with the scores tonight. 2nd and long here for Desert Hills. So I'll hand this one off. Andresen with some room up the middle. Gets the original line of scrimmage and then some out to the 37.
All right, Matt. Update for Lone Peak. They're down 14 points. Near the end of the second quarter, Bishop Gorman up 21-7. So we'll see if maybe they can kind of get back into the ball game. You like to see them scoring points, but against a team like Bishop Gorman, you're not sure where you're going to end up. We'll see if they can get back into the ball game in the second half.
Of course, that's our KSL Sports Game Night Live game of the week. Jeremiah Jensen and Stevenson Sylvester down there in Las Vegas giving you that game. That's on KSLSports.com as well. Game starts an hour late, so you'll be able to catch the end of that one after this one tonight. One of the premier games in the country.
Yeah, we also have Skyridge up major on Highland.
Hold on, big play here for the Thunder. As that's Brock Stuckey with his biggest catch of the night, and the Desert Hills Thunder are moving once again.
Yeah, Matt, do you know what I loved about that play? I bet you could guess. I've been saying it all night. What way does a quarterback need to roll out in order to make a play downfield?
To his left.
That's exactly what they did. Able to find his receiver for a big gain. And, again, for Desert Hills, this is huge. The end of this fourth quarter, end of this game where, they've been outmatched. To get some confidence rolling into region play next week, make some big plays. And, try to roll into next week with some momentum.
Desert Hills returns home next week to start region play, trying to build some momentum for that one as they hand it off to Andresen off the left side. Out near the 20-yard line, picks up 6. You mentioned the Skyridge game. What's going on with the Falcons?
Yeah, Skyridge up 56-0 on Highland. So, again, just complete dominance. We've also got American Fork up 24-0 on Farmington.
So it looks like most of Region 3 will stay undefeated. Lone Peak, the question mark there, taking on Bishop Gorman. All the other ones holding serve so far in Region 3. 2nd and 4 here for the Thunder. Under 5 minutes to go in this one tonight. They'll hand this one off. And out near the 15-yard line goes Seth Brown.
You know, another thing, as we mentioned, a lot of teams playing out of state this weekend. Westlake, who used to be in this region, obviously no longer in it. You know, they're up on South San Francisco right now, 38-0, also in the second quarter.
And you don't know where your backpack is.
Westlake, of course, undefeated and now in that Region 2 with all the Salt Lake County 6A schools. They'll be a team to be reckoned with in that region. Another loaded region there with Harriman, Mountain Ridge, Westlake, all in, and Riverton's doing pretty well as well in that region.
Yeah, speaking of Riverton.
As there goes Young. And Young's out near the 11 and thrown out of bounds. Go ahead, Tucker.
Yeah, speaking of Riverton, Matt, they've kind of closed the gap a little bit on Harriman, 21-28 in the fourth quarter. So we'll see if maybe the Silver Wolves can somehow tie the ball game up before the end of the fourth and, you know, extend that ball game into OT.
Again, that's a region opener in Region 2. So I believe 7 teams in that region this season.
At the 13-yard line.
Should be fun once the RPI comes out. I believe in 2 weeks is when we'll see the first RPI rankings. As they'll hand this one off, Andresen's got the 10-yard line and more.
Isaac Andresen, again the ball carrier for the Thunder.
Here come the Thunder looking to add another score on the board.
About 5 yards down to the line.
Yeah, and if you're Lehi, you don't want to have, you know, no offense to a team like Desert Hills, but you don't want to have them be the highest scoring team on you to this point in the season. I get it, your second string's out there, but you would like these, you know, a lot of them are JV players, to come out, make some plays, and have a little bit of pride here to close out this game so that you can hold them to only 7 points here tonight.
Handoff, Andresen's got 1 touchdown already tonight, and he's inside the 5. RPI rankings come out September 15th, so just 10 days away from the first RPI tonight. We expect almost all of the Region 3 teams to be in the top 5, definitely the top 10. We'll see about the top 5.
For the Thunder at the 5.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Matt. Obviously, this region is completely stacked. You know, you can talk about American Fork, Corner Canyon, Lone Peak, and obviously Lehi squarely in that conversation as well as, you know, some of the best teams in the state.
2 backs to the right of Young here on 1st and goal, and Young's going to take it himself, and Young follows the blockers towards the goal line. And he's got a touchdown. Gavin Young with the score, and Desert Hills with their second score tonight.
Yeah, essentially Desert Hills version of the Wildcat, right? Young being a wide receiver, quarterback mix. He's thrown the ball well when he's had the opportunity to see guys downfield, but a great job by the right side of the line this time, which we haven't called out much in this game, and having 2 other lead blockers didn't hurt as well.
So, interesting stat line here I want to give to you once after the kick here. Porter for the extra point. As Porter's kick is good, so it's 42-14. So Gavin Young making his first start of his career at quarterback, the normal wide receiver. He's got a throwing touchdown on the season. Now he has a rushing touchdown on the season. His primary position of wide receiver, he is yet to find the end zone this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're most likely going to see him continue at the quarterback position from here on out. He's shown a lot of good things tonight. You know, I think in large part, it's been kind of the play calling, right? They haven't been putting him in a position to succeed. You need to continue to roll him out to the left. I think they'll figure that out through some tape study over the next week, and I think he'll continue to improve. Obviously, his first start, I think he's doing considering the talent on the field, he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, he's got 2 touchdowns on the season now, 1 rushing, 1 passing. That's second most on the team behind Andresen, who's got 3 now on the year. So Gavin Young making things happen for this Desert Hills offense this season.
Porter to kick off for the Pioneers.
Porter to kick this thing off. It's a line drive kick that'll be all the way into the back of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 here for Lehi.
Ball 1st and 10 to the 20.
So this one, probably this will be the final drive of the night. Lehi didn't really need a whole lot of offensive time. I think the longest play or longest drive they had tonight outside of these first 3 quarters was 5 plays, and they scored on all but one of them, had a fumble on one of the other ones.
Yeah, obviously with all the athletes they have on this roster, they're able to, kind of have a quick score offense, able to do it in a multitude of ways as well. With Eka, they could really, run the ball consistently, run the clock out that way. But a wealth of weapons here in Lehi.
So the Pioneers will run this clock out with 1:35 to go. Again, Lehi one more game before the region play starts. They'll take on Weber back here next week.
Sam Becky again, the ball carrier for the Pioneers.
Should be another warm-up game for them.
Well, and speaking of Weber, too, they're up 21-6 right now on Viewmont.
That's a big upset because Viewmont's undefeated this season.
Yeah. So
6A versus 5A, but...
So now you have a Weber team coming into next week against you who's probably going to have a lot of confidence. And so you're going to have to come in with, your head on straight and playing hard-nosed football.
So the Pioneers will host the Weber Warriors next week here, but then... As you mentioned, the gauntlet begins. A Thursday night TV game the next week at Skyridge to kick things off against the crosstown rival. And that should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, and Matt, I used to live in this area. I'll be straight up honest with you. I can tell you there's definitely no love lost between the two schools. Yeah. They definitely do not like each other. They all know each other very well. They've played against each other since Little League football, and I tell you, it just gets even more competitive once you get under the lights on a Friday night and you let it all hang out.
Final play here tonight is Bingham will let it rip. It's got a man out there, but too much juice on it. That'll be incomplete. The clock stops for that one.
Yeah. Matt, I would have liked them to run the football there. We don't need a clock stoppage here. You're coming out with a win. Let Verbecki or somebody else get a handoff, close this thing out. But
now the clock.
I guess they're going to continue to run the clock anyways.
Yeah, 1 second difference. They do not need to run a play, so that will do it here tonight. So Lehi improves to 3-1. They get a resounding victory here in Week 4.
Jacobson, for all you do for our Lehi program.
Matt, I really enjoyed it tonight. You did an awesome job on the call. Appreciate the time here. And the weather just turned out to be absolutely perfect tonight. Great night for high school football, and a good job by Desert Hills. They have a lot of momentum going into region play. And, again, the first team defense for Lehi continued to dominate tonight. They only started to see some points scored on them when they put in that second unit.
Time now to give out our Tab Bank helmet stickers, of course brought to you by Tab Bank. Tucker, who gets your sticker tonight?
Man, I've got to give it to Hollingshed. He's had some completion issues to start the season. And again, we talked to Coach Andy Hadfield. That was one of the things that he really wanted to see improvement tonight. And I think Hollingshed got that and really performed excellent tonight. 4 touchdown passes, 5 touchdown passes, nearly eclipsed his season total as well. Probably would have done it. He had enough time to do it, but you got to give those second unit an opportunity. Who's your helmet sticker?
I'd say, just to add to your point, final stat line for Cash Hollingshead tonight, 9 of 11, 233 yards with 5 touchdowns, and had the 1 carry as well for him tonight. My helmet sticker is going to go to Devon Eka. Had a great time on both the receiving side and the ground. 114 yards rushing, 77 yards receiving for about 191 total yards. 2 touchdowns to his name as well, so he'll get my helmet sticker. Final thoughts tonight, Tucker?
Obviously Lehi's one of the premier teams here in the state of Utah. They'll continue to just compound on this win, make sure that going into next week against Weber, they have their heads on straight. And again, as Coach Andy Hatfield said, he wants to see them play cohesive football, play together. I don't think we saw a perfect game tonight. Even though they were up on the scoreboard 42-14, there's still a lot they can learn and a lot they can improve on.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. The final score, the Lehi Pioneers 42, the Desert Hills Thunder 14. Desert Hills moves to 1-3. They're back at home next week to open region play against Snow Canyon. Lehi's now 3-1. They will be back here next week to host the Weber Warriors. That's going to do it for us. For Josh behind the camera, Tucker alongside myself, I'm Matt Coma. Signing off tonight. Final score 42-14 in favor of the Pioneers. You're watching Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network. We will see you next Friday night.